Last November, Goldcliff shareholders were very enthused and excited to view a couple of videos documenting our site preparation work at the Kettle Valley Gold and Silver Project. Hi, George Sanders, President, Goldcliff Resource Corporation. We are back at the Kettle Valley Gold-Silver Project, just north of Rock Creek in southern British Columbia. Earlier this month of April, we released news and produced a video documenting and explaining the results of that November sampling. Very excited to report that in a number of samples, we observed the presence of free gold or native gold, and as well to report that in several samples there were grades of significant potential economic value. So today what we would like to do is document for you or give you visual evidence of some of the follow-up work to that November work. And in those disclosures earlier this month, we spoke about opening extensive surface exposure by excavating hand trenches. So the bulk of this video will not be my ugly mug, but rather pictures and videos of what that work looked like, and we hope by providing that it will give you a sense of the progress that we're making at this property and how we're going about it in a very cost-effective manner. Here's a shot of the best sample collected from the Kettle Valley property. Collected in 2021, this sample ran 2.62 grams per ton gold and 181 grams per ton silver, and it is just beside Trench 4, and we're at the base of Trench 4 looking up the hill, and this was hand excavated to create exposure across the length of this sample.
We're presently at the bottom of Trench 4. Was excavated on the highest grade sample that we've encountered. And at the bottom of this trench, where I'm standing, kneeling, is a vein that's trending north-northwesterly and dipping about 65 degrees to the west. This is what we call a vein breccia zone, about 30 plus centimeters wide. This one has never been seen before, so it's part of our sampling procedure for this trench, and we look forward to seeing the results of this because it is very close to a high-grade sample from 2021.
This is Trench 8, again hand excavated, looking towards that vein at the base of Trench 4. We are 15 to 20 meters to the south of that in Trench 8. I'm standing more or less along strike from that vein, and indeed downslope to my left is a different lithology or rock type from that which occurs upslope and to my right. There's the top of Trench 4. Panning to my left or to the south, and here is the top of Trench 8. I'm going to now continue to pan to the south and come around and look directly behind me to the drill pad that was prepared last November. And you can see the silicification by the ridge continues to the south. And now we'll come along, have a look at Warner in this drill pad that was prepared, and then just a little bit of a scenery shot looking out over the Christian Valley. We're standing on the west end of Trench 1, looking to the east. This is our longest trench, hand excavated for 21 meters from east to west. We're going to come down here and zero in on this flagging, because in November we sampled here our best grade, a little over 2.7 grams per ton, and in that sample there was free gold noted. Warner, what are you seeing here?
This is an example of the rock that this occurs in. This is a highly altered granite, but what's important here is the quartz veins and silicification. These things here are what carries the gold, and the more of these we see, the better our chances are for getting some good grade.
Okay, back looking at me, and we hope those clips give you a really good feel for the kind of work that we did, how shallow the overburden is, how easy it is to get to bedrock, and the additional sampling that we did do. I would like to remind all our shareholders and prospective investors that this is still very much a greenfields project. It is a newly recognized mineral occurrence here in southern British Columbia. This is not an old property that's been known about for decades, where, you know, we're trying to find maybe the source of old mineralization. This is a brand new occurrence, and as such, while we have done extensive work to date, we realize that we've only just scratched the surface. So there's a lot more work to come, including drilling. We will have a very active later spring and summer here at the Kettle Valley Project. We're very excited about that. You know, every time we come here, we are impressed with the geologic setting, and I will say the complexity of it. Not the complication, but the complexity. There are all sorts of different geologic things going on here at the same time. It's a challenging puzzle, but B, it's also very exciting. And every time we come here, we see something new that rekindles our enthusiasm for this project. So as I say, lots more work to come over the next number of months. And as usual, stay tuned for that.